Hello, and thank you for joining our Fireside chats at the European Cardano community. I am Marcus, one of the core team members, and if you like what we are doing, please consider supporting our individual projects. At time of this recording, these are Davide's Rookies Game, Ricardo's Web3 user group, or delegating to my Cardano stake pool with the ticker birth to support us at Larissa Health. You will find the links to our guests and our projects below the video. Now hit the notification bell, give us a thumbs up, and enjoy this session.
Hello. Welcome everybody to another recording of our town hall Fireside chat from the European Cardano community. And we are very excited to have you guys. We have fantastic guests as usual. And I thank you again, Derek, our new team member, for being here and to make a lot of stuff happen. But before everything else, as usual, we have to read our slides for our mantra. So I will start because I'm the only Italian in the room waiting for Michele to join. Michele, are you there? No? Ok. So, benvenuti all'esperimento.
Les choses peuvent.
Quebrar.
Wonderful.
Fehlende Dokumentation.
Great. Welcome. Differ greatly between iteration?
Disorient, overload, and inspire. Who's doing the ask for this?
Lucas, do that. Take it away.
I can also do it. I'm Greek.
Go for it.
Okay, go for it.
it.
Our goal is to provide an asphales and lively environment for you to explore the highest potential. Sorry, this is for somebody else.
No, go on.
Okay. Della collaborazione humana.
Bravo.
Perfect.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Indeed, let me see. Let's go to our next slide that is taken care by Marcus.
Yeah, my little curse.
Yeah, we have a rule here. You wrote it, you read it forever and ever.
Keep your notes up to date. There's been a new version released 9 days ago. 8.9.3. Don't update all relays at the same time. Try to study or learn something new every day. I think that's applicable for everybody. Support and connect with community and members for synergies and goals, definitely for people here. Be inclusive, friendly, and wise with words, even in anger. Share information without destroying dreams, people, or the reputation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being at the European Cardano community. Lovely to see you again.
And thank you, Marco, for being with us. And we also want to remember that we host several different Twitter spaces in many languages. We had the Greek one every first Monday of the month, so we just had it. We have Italians one usually once or twice per month. We are waiting for the German one. We should try to make it happen again. We have Spanish and then many other languages. So if you want to do a space, if you want to host a space in any language in the European Union, just talk to us and we make it happen. There is a very small compensation, but it's always nice for the hosts that is provided by our Catalyst proposal that got funded in the last round. So we also want to ask you to help us getting the new proposal funded because we want to make many more projects. We also have online, real life events. We have just the first one in Bologna a couple of weeks ago with Matteo Coppola from Fluid Tokens. And it was a very nice occasion to learn a lot about UTXO and to gain some attention from other worlds because most of the people is still on Bitcoin and was interested to learn what is possible to do with their technology. What else? We also want to host an idea fest. And that will be very, very nice because Catalyst is here. We have the votation time that is happening very, very soon. So, Derek, do you want to tell us something more about that since you are the main organizer of those events?
Yeah.
Thank you.
1 second though. I've got myself
Yeah,
in
sure.
my ear here as well.
While Derek is fixing this, you're not limited when you want to host some of the spaces. So
And
whatever
is there an
the topic,
inline event? You can also have
yeah.
a real life event.
So whatever you have in mind, whatever is on your chest or on your heart that you want to talk about, just talk to us and you can do that in your language. So we support you on that. Just have to be ethical, correct, right? And same applies to the live workshops. If there's something that you want to focus on, do that. The only question that we have, or the only ask that we have, is that we get some feedback that we can reuse in order to improve our blueprints for founders or new onboarders, to get a faster start in the ecosystem than most of us had at the beginning, finding their ways.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got
Thank
your
you.
hand up. Just speak, Evangelos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I want to say that soon we're going to host in Greece 2 or 3 live workshops in June, 2 in Athens and 1 in Thessaloniki. I will be hosting the one in Thessaloniki with some more people. And we're looking forward to bring more and more Cardano adoption here in Greece. And I believe in general in the world, people don't know what is Cardano. They're going to be surprised soon. They're going to be surprised soon.
That's
Yeah.
great, in fact. I also will be in Greece from the 12th of this month for a few days. I also have plans to
Okay.
meet Giannis and Kostas. If I can meet you as well, it would be great. We can have a coffee together, maybe, or a beer.
For sure.
No, and beer I cannot anymore. Sorry, I'm on diet. But a coffee,
For
yes.
sure. I'd love it. You know my X, right? My Twitter, which one is?
I'm not sure. Can you write it in the chat so I
Yeah,
will
yeah.
check?
I'm CryptoVag Win.
Yeah. So yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Of course. Sorry.
Yes.
Yes. Of course, we are connected already.
Great. I will text you there, so we for sure. I'll give you my number and everything.
Amazing. Thank you.
Perfect.
Perfect. Should we get started?
Yeah.
Derek,
Sorry, guys.
Are
I love
you,
to chat.
Derek? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. So, thank you. We're looking to do some spaces for proposals for Fund 10. Going to do a combination of Zoom, possibly some Discord recordings, some YouTube, and we'll be coming out with some dates and times for that real soon. Try to get it out to as many people as possible.
Perfect. So don't be shy. Join our Discord, reach out via Twitter, and join and present.
Yeah.
So let's take it away from the guests today.
Exactly, yes. Your guest today, we are waiting for Michele from Harmonic Labs. He will come. He just wrote us a message and he's a little late. So I will go further again with ADA Axolotl.
ADA Axolotl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be great.
Tell
us about your project. It's so cute. I'm amazed.
Yeah, no, it is.
About the art.
How much time so I can organize this appropriately?
We roughly have about 15 minutes in total that we reserve per guest. But if you want to have like a 5 minutes overview and then talk about what it is, that's usually the best way to handle things. And then you just get it flowing.
Yeah, exactly. So you can call me Aristotle, right? That's a play on words there.
Aristotle.
He's a great philosopher, so I figured he has some good ideas. So I figured maybe if I took the name, I would too. So we've been on Cardano the whole time. I've loved Cardano. I've been a part of other projects before, and we really liked the charity aspect. You know, there's a lot of charities out there, like the Turtle's one of the OG ones. There's been a couple other ones. And we like, harnessing the power of memes for a cause, right? It's the closest thing to a use case you can do without being an actual company or a business that's trying to solve a problem. So I started doing some research, looking around at some most endangered species, seeing how we could make an impact. I knew I wanted to make a charity. I just didn't know what the focus would be. And on one of the #1 lists is axolotls. They're actually one of the most critically endangered species on the planet. There's only 1,000 of them left in the wild. There's 1 million in captivity, but a lot of those are bred. They aren't necessarily wild types. They're not natural. They're bred with those fluorescent genes in them, and they're meant to look cute in a pet store, But the 1,000 was really alarming, so I figured I wanted to make a difference with those. You guys have any questions on that?
It's very nice.
Perfect. So, what is ADA Axolotl? Well, it's a meme charity on Cardano. So the meme of the axolotls is, one, they're super cute. They're also super ugly. I don't know if you've seen them. They're a bunch of different pictures. They're this weird. They just look so weird. But with our little image generated there, we were able to get some cute ones. So we wanted to do things a little bit differently. We wanted to make a little bit more of an impact than what you see other charities do. I find, and this isn't to, throw shade at any other charities, they seem to be pretty shallow to me. They collect money as an aggregate, and then they simply just go through a secondary company and buy some certificates, or just sort of donate to a charity. We wanted to do more hands-on. And with axolotls being able to be bred in an aquarium, it was a lot more obtainable for us to do. The roadmap was a lot easier to achieve. So the strategy around ADA Axolotl is, we have a Zotl token. We've already launched the Zotl token. We launched in November. We did an equity sale, which means that everybody was able to purchase at the same price. There was no rounds of increased arbitrage or anything for people to get some inside, just to dump. We want it to be public and open. And Zotl is the engine for the entire project. Now, while the NFTs are not launched yet, one thing I want to say that I'm really proud of is when I launched the project, I did basically an expenses sheet and what we would need to achieve the first stage of our project. And that all that money was achieved during the seed sale. So we got the ADA for the initial seed sale for the liquidity pool, converted to USD, and we were able to do everything we've done up until now without having to sell any Zotl tokens. So we have not sold anything. We don't plan to sell anything. And that's something that I'm really proud of, because the Zotl token is meant to be a utility token. It's not meant to be a fundraiser. It's not meant for us to just have some capital to dump on the public. So I'm really proud of that. Now, one thing you guys will see now, if you go to adaaxolotl.com or .org, we have all of our links. We purchased both domains just so there's no potential avenue for scams. We actually have a live stream. So the community, because of the market conditions, the community wanted to adjust a little bit to take the slow and steady route. No one was in a rush. And so we actually took some of the excess funds from the seed sale and began the first test tank. So about 2 months ago, we purchased 50 axolotl eggs, and we've been growing them in a tank. And you can actually watch this on the live stream. So we have a 24/7 live stream of the axolotls in the tank. And you've watched them grow all the way through eggs and eat each other, unfortunately. But hopefully the kids weren't watching when that happened. But we're down to 3. We have 3 adult axolotls now and are ready to move on and name them. And this is where our NFTs come in. So while they're not launched yet, this is where the entire breeding farm NFT business model comes into play, where the traits for inside of the NFTs grant you special privileges to interact with the live stream. So this is a horrible, I guess, comparison to make, but there's often a lot of types of interactions between like webcam models and like other people online with tipping and stuff, especially the streamers. And we're sort of introducing those same methods into the live stream. So while it's not active yet, we intend to directly connect it to some sort of BlockFrost integrated system on the website, where when you tip a certain amount of Zotl tokens to the treasury wallet, you can interact with the live stream. And that can be anything from changing the light color, changing the music in the background, changing the background of the tank. We actually have a computer screen, a monitor in the background, so we can actually change the backgrounds of the aquarium. as well as feed them special treats. And pretty much there's a toy that we have that can actually move around, so you can make it move around. So it's supposed to be a really good interactive live stream. And so that's where, so the NFTs have traits that correspond to those interactions. And possessing those traits allow you limited free uses of those actions. So it's sort of like, you know, if you want to feed your digital pet axolotl that's actually real, and then you're going to want to get one of those special feeder traits, you know, and you'll be able to interact once a day or once every few days, whatever the limit is. Some of the other traits in the NFTs will be naming privileges. So as we acquire new ones, you'll be able to name them. And so that'd be really unique and interesting. And then some of the other ones are for tanks and expansion. So this is how we expand the breeding farm. So we're trying to use the XOTL token to both purchase all the NFTs and run through the breeding farm for all the stream interactions. And any ADA, we also accept ADA tips. Any ADA tips will go right into the XOTL tokens. They'll just buy the XOTL tokens. And then we use that to expand the breeding farm. So I think this system is a nice way for us to get directly involved with not only raising awareness for axolotls with our cute little AI generated NFTs, but also, you know, just like make a direct impact by growing them and breeding them ourselves. And so I'm open if you guys have any questions.
So what's the target? How many axolotls?
Oh yeah, that's actually great. So like I said before, there's 1,000 wild axolotls. So in tribute to that, there's actually going to be 1,000 NFTs. And so the same with the XOTL tokens, right? There's 1 million axolotls in captivity. So that's why our limit was 1 million XOTL tokens in circulation. So those are the two sort of attributed numbers. Now the goal is to, thanks. The goal is to expand. So that 1,000 cap is also a cap on the breeding farm, right? There's only a certain amount of space that I have before we need to go to the next level of expansion. But once we reach that point, hopefully we can sort of take it more into the real world and take some trips. So the axolotls are actually only present in a single lake in Mexico. And so being from the United States, it's actually relatively easy for me to take trips down there. So I would like to sort of bring this from Web3 into Web2 and actually into the real space. And if we need to expand, maybe sell some custom plushies, maybe sell some, you know, custom merch and some gear, and we can use those to fund trips and live stream those events as well. Maybe put that on a vlog or try and make direct impacts in Mexico. I'd love to bring it to the United States, but they're really particular. Axolotls can become very invasive because they're very hardy creatures. So people are really strict about importing axolotls, but who knows? We'll take it when we get there, I guess.
I have a crazy idea, but maybe it's not so crazy, but
yeah.
to me, if you set them free, like you have reached 1,000, then you set them free, and then the NFT can evolve into a free axolotl. Yeah. They probably have that, and I'm just busting the secret.
Yeah, that is a great idea, right? Maybe you can burn the NFT if you get one of those naming or special NFTs. Maybe you can burn one, and we set them free
and breed a new. Then you get space for another 1,000, something like that.
Yeah, that's actually really great. That's a great idea. Yeah, maybe this is what we can do: seasonal collections, and anyone who burns gets a voucher to the new collection. Yeah, that's actually a really great idea. The first thing we would have to do is find a place we could release them, because they can be very invasive. If we launch them in any local lake, it would absolutely destroy the local wildlife. It'd be really cute, but yeah, they're just really hardy. They multiply very quickly. Because they are semi-amphibious, they can survive on land for quite some time. So they can travel across roads, enter new lakes, enter new bodies of water. Something that, you know,
might be a great place.
Florida, yeah. I might get arrested if I do it in Florida, but we'll see. It might be too hot. They actually do like really cold temperatures. But yeah, no, it's pretty fun. So I think we have something that's pretty fun here. You'll notice one thing with our NFTs. I wish I had the live stream up. One thing we're doing right now is we're just taking our partners and doing special Cardano based projects and we're putting their logos in the background. So we have a nice slideshow going through to promote. I'll make sure to throw you guys in the slide as well and put you in the cycle. In the future, we hope to have you purchase ad space, as one of the Zotto burns. So you can just, it'd be something small, like $1 a week or something. And then you get to throw your ad on there and it will cycle through in the background. So
Yeah,
lots of fun, different ways we can take it.
I was hopping on the live stream just a few minutes ago, and I saw that it switched from, I don't know what it was, and then I looked back and it was Snack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the fun things. I'm actually been reaching out to some projects to try and get some, like Snack has some plushies. They have some little toys. I'm trying to get them to send me one for free so I can put it in the tank and have it, bob around and maybe have some nice fun stuff. But, I think the everything we have is it's a good personable approach. I think that we're taking here, and we've gotten so far. The NFTs are ready to launch. We're just waiting for the market conditions to be better. Unfortunately, that's a reality. Liquidity on Cardano, right, is a big issue that everyone's familiar with, and no one wants to sell their Cardano. No one wants to sell it for anything else, and that's okay. So yeah, we're just waiting. We're breeding with what we have, trying to keep it small. But so far, it's been very fun. We have a small community, but they're very active. And if you look on our X account, we have some members posting their kids. So we have a few members where their kids are watching every day, and that's sort of like their bedtime routine. And mine do it as well.
Maybe for getting a bit more liquidity in, you could use cross-chain solutions, because it's an amphibia.
Yeah.
So you,
Yeah.
you use the word.
Yeah.
Get some money from Solana and put it into Cardano.
Yeah, no, that's definitely
Use that.
something. That's
So
definitely something.
Not bashing Solana here, but it would be, there's a lot of liquidity.
Yeah, there's a lot of loose money on Solana.
Yeah.
I just jump in there. Hey guys,
Yes.
I can't see my own video, but I'm Dave, and it are my kids
I can
that
see
are
you.
watching.
Welcome, David.
Okay.
Axolotl, I could set you up with Danketsu. I have a direct line to Shaz, who's their founder. They are producing their plushies and have a very great connection to how's it called, and non-governmental organization that's distributing them to children, actually. And they are also on Polygon, so he knows how to move cross-chain. And I think just from the IP side, so intellectual property side, they probably would be interested to cooperate. The only thing might be that I just say we, are still too small with ADA Axolotl to actually be of interest for them.
Yeah, and that's sort of been our. I really want to do a trial by fire kind of thing. Our biggest priority was to get out there as fast as possible and have time in the space. I think we started it in October, launched the Zotto token in November. We just want it to be out there, posting every day, moving forward, through at the bear market at the time. And hopefully over time, we just become a more trusted brand in the space and people want to start interacting with us. We're not in a race. We're going to be here for a while. And we're hoping to grow organically. And just do little things like this every time. If we meet one person, I won't let them starve. No way. I have a lot of aquatics at my house, and fortunately they can eat pretty much everything.
How could you feed it? Derek just posted one feeding sheep with Bitcoin, and I said they're gonna starve.
Yeah. There's not a lot of calories in Bitcoin.
They were given 5 Bitcoin, back in 2010. They're the richest sheep in the world. They're good.
Yeah, 500 Bitcoin for a pizza, right? I remember that story.
Yeah, but this is a fun project. It looks great.
Like that too.
Yeah, and we're the big thing is we're trying to build community, bring everyone together. It's not a zero-sum game. So while we're still actively making traits for the NFT collection, we're inviting everybody. Like, hey, we can put a sticker of EU Cardano on there. We can make it, if you have a mascot, we can make it a toy. The traits are really irrelevant. It's more so what the traits represent, and it's about representing Cardano as a whole, not necessarily just our project. So the more people we can bring together and save the axolotls, the better. The better everyone is off.
And you made a generous offer to drop some of your tokens into our wallet so we can distribute them over the giveaways. So thank you a lot. You just have to give us the conditions in which way you want them to be distributed, and you just put that at your own time whenever you're ready. We're very grateful for that support. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. No, you guys can use them as you see fit. The NFTs will be purchasable with the XOTL token, so maybe by then, you can get the fun of minting, and then you can give them away to your community during your next chat or something like that. Doesn't matter where it goes; it'll be awareness raised.
Yeah, we would use them for our NFT weekends if you're okay with that.
For sure.
Because it would be connected, and if you give us a date in the background that might be suitable when we start distributing them, then we adapt to your pace.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. Any questions from our other guests, from our other speakers? I mean, I think that's a beautiful thing that Aristotle is doing here. And
the breeding farm, where is the breeding farm?
In my house.
Okay.
Aww.
In my basement, yeah.
Actually, when you were looking at the early times of the stream, you could have seen Axolotl moving through in his pajamas.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. My children were watching, and then he moved in.
Yeah. We tried a bunch of different positions around my house, and we ended up just going to the basement. We think everything's good now. It's all tuned in. The next immediate goal is to upgrade to a 4K camera and try and get 60 frames per second. It's some really nice quality.
Then you need to keep it super clean inside. And my children love the snails. They love the snails moving on.
Yeah, that was completely unintentional. So I have a pond out by my house, and there's no local live food in my area. So I had to go out in the wild, and I actually go to my pond every morning and just scoop a bucket. And then I take a turkey baster, a pipette, and just suction bugs out. And I guess I must have got some snails. Because sure enough, I look one day and there's like 3 big snails in there. So it's really funny.
That's so cool.
You always can play with the bandwidth to make it more pixelated. So
yeah. I'll work on that. It's just been so delicate because we hatch them from eggs. So it's like you can't do much. I couldn't even have the filter on too high or they'd get sucked right in. So now we have 3 young adults and it's good enough. I just turned it up yesterday. If you looked in the live stream, it was very cloudy for a few hours. I just cleaned a bunch of it up. I was finally able to get a bunch of stuff out. I cleared it out too, so you can see more of the background. And it's getting better every day. So I'm pretty happy. It's a fun project to be involved with for sure.
Can I just throw in there that? Oh, sorry.
Is there some sort of a documentation that you're writing on the way? So for people that are interested to raise those, to breed those?
So I can do breeding tutorials. So we did entertain the fact that people would be able to adopt them for real because they do ship. They can handle about 5 days worth of shipping, especially if you do it around the month. So it is possible for us to ship to most of North America. So it is, maybe we can do live adoptions. Maybe we can link up with someone local in the area who maybe a pet store who has axolotls, and we can help them, get set up. Maybe we can do giveaways that way. That would be fun and exciting. Or maybe, share a live stream kit with a small webcam and people can contribute that way as well.
I guess you made your homework with animal treatment. Everything is correct, I'm sure.
I'm actually a biologist. So unfortunately I'm not an animal biologist, but I'm about as close as you can get. So but yeah, I've had aquariums, all different types, for the past few decades. So they're pretty easy. They're surprisingly very easy to take care of. They eat anything that fits in their mouth. So and they're not very dirty. If you can take care of a goldfish, you can take care of an axolotl.
Interesting. So, but if you do like a 5-minute video every day or so, I think you pick up a big audience pretty fast because they're cute, strange creatures.
Oh yeah, for sure. So right now they're currently, like I said, they're young adult. They're maybe only 3 to 4 centimeters right now. So once they get to 12, they'll be a lot easier to spot on camera. I can move the camera in. And that's probably when I'm going to start upping the stream quality and moving everything in. And that way it can be more interactive and we can actually show updates. I can start doing live feedings every day with some worms and you can watch them try and they're blind as hell. So you can watch them try and find their way to the food. It's pretty funny. It's amazing that they survive in the wild.
Does anyone actually know? Because I tried to make such, how is it called, such clips from the live stream, but when it's still a live stream, you can't do this from YouTube, and it doesn't, like, I think you can clip something, but then you can't really properly post it on X. So I was, as a community member, trying exactly that, to start posting clips and or yeah,
I know you can do that
excerpts.
You can do that when it's already recorded, but I don't know if you can do that while it's recording. When
Yeah,
you
maybe you can just open OBS and do some screen capture.
Yeah,
maybe that's the quickest way.
I'm not very educated on that, but screen capture, yeah, probably the easiest way would be to just screen capture it when I find the right.
We have to put that one on our tutorial list.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
need to do a bunch of mini tutorials for how to use YouTube as an entrepreneur, just like the quick ones collection. So just send us some of these requests and we try to follow up with these. We have to do this for our own stuff, but yeah, with that would be a good one for us too, because we need to learn these too. We also have been talking about a trial that we want to set up, recording either in Zoom or on Discord while doing a Twitter live stream. So we have audio and video capabilities being used at its best. So if you want to join that experiment, let's find a date and then we try this chaos and find the best way how to solve this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Aristoteles.
Yeah. Yeah, we could let them fight it out. Yeah, it'd be a battle royale. That'll be the next thing. It'll be a live battle royale stream.
Eric wants to do some cage matches between axolotls and pythons.
It's funny. They might just overwhelm.
Shall we go on? I think
let's go on.
The next one, right?
Yeah, I think Michele is it was I think I think he's here. Michele, everybody knows him. He's the head of Harmonic Labs. He provided so much use cases for Cardano, so much tools for Cardano developers. And also he's not a fellow Italian, so I'm very proud to have him here with us again. After a few tokens, Harmonic Labs, so wow, we are trying to get to the excellence as much as we possible can on Cardano. I'm trying my small thingy with adoption in gaming. So Michele, tell us more about what you are doing now. What is your current under your plate?
Hi everyone. Davide already introduced me. Really honored. What I do essentially is I have ideas, and sometimes ideas work, sometimes ideas don't work. When do they work? Like the ideas I have are pretty uncommon, I would say, because are usually great projects that no sane individual would think to start. The first notable one is +TS, which is smart contract in TypeScript. Essentially, it is a library that gives you all you need to build to write smart contract actually in TypeScript. It is an embedded DSL, that is the technical term, and it also gives you all you need to build transaction. You say, okay, we have Cardano CSL. Yes, but this does it without WebAssembly. If you ever have used CSL, I at least had a horrible experience. So there is also that solution. Also, I don't talk much about it lately, but I'm also working on an alternative implementation of the Cardano node, which was funded previous Catalyst fund. That is also pretty big as a project, though it is still in development. So unlike PluTS, is not usable, but it implies a lot of great stuff, like having a node in TypeScript. Yes, of course, a client diversity, but it would also allow light clients. So when you are building your dApp, your I don't know, minting page, your text, your whatever you are building on Cardano, you can have you can have the user having a little node in your in their browser, and you no longer at the point need to rely strictly on maybe Work.courses, or you running your own node and passing the data to the user, which is of course you need to pass data to the user in order to know what UTXO even they have, or your contract have. So you can have essentially a node on the client side, essentially almost giving the same security as having Daedalus for your dApp, which is absurd in my opinion. So that would be the goal of the Cardano node, and of course that implies we are writing a ton of open source libraries to interact with with Cardano in many ways on the at the protocol level, essentially. So we have libraries for the Ouroboros mini protocols in TypeScript. We have libraries for the Cardano ledger, so you can parse transaction in TypeScript. There will be a library for consensus, so that even you could take these components of the node and build your own node for your specific use case. So that, as an example, say you want to have a Giga mempool and have all the transactions possible that are being submitted, you can essentially build your own ad hoc node to do that specific thing, and doesn't care about, I don't know, minting blocks or uh, all the other stuff that usually a node would do. So you can fine tune your node eventually. So that is another project that we are working on. The in this Catalyst fund there are 3 proposals from Harmonic Laboratories, which are also pretty exciting for what they can bring. There is well, of course, there is CIP 113, which is being developed, which would allow for essentially the standard to bring USDC on Cardano, but on top of USDC, many of the real world assets. Yeah, the many real world assets. So, as an example, Twin, which you may or not have seen, moved recently to Polkadot, explicitly said like support CAP 113 because they need it. I have really good sources telling me that there are stablecoin teams looking to launch on Cardano, but they need something like this to comply with whatever the law is. Don't ask me about that. That is not my domain. But essentially, yeah, it would allow ERC20-like tokens on Cardano. There is nothing preventing us to having something like that, so we can have it. That is a standard. There is a proposal for a new DEX implementation design that we are experimenting, which would allow an AMM DEX without batchers that executes swaps in one transaction. So that is also pretty exciting. meaning that you sign a transaction and you already know, since Cardano is deterministic, you already know the outcome of your swap. And that has some nice side effects, which implies that you're no longer trusting patchers or maybe order matchers for order books. You're no longer trusting someone else, but you are just essentially you and the contract performing swap. So in line with, in my opinion, is at least one of the core principles of crypto, which is being trustless and permissionless. So that is pretty fun. And then there is M2tec, which it solves it doesn't really solve, but it helps with UTXO contention. So if you are building on Cardano, you know that you have many UTXOs, and if you ever try to build some contract that manages multiple UTXOs that potentially user can use at the same time, you know, as an example, if you have ever used Liquid and bought it on chain, sometimes you get an error that says, hey, look, this transaction failed. If the transaction fails on Cardano, you do not pay fees. We all know that, but still it's kind of annoying. And so I'm proposing M2tec, which is essentially taking mutexes, which are a standard essentially pattern on how to handle concurrency and parallelism in standard programming. So no UTXO things, and applying it to UTXO. So the pun intended is M2tec. And essentially is it starts as a centralized server that takes care, that keeps track of the tip of the blockchain and keeps track of the mempool. So if you notice, that server would be using the open source part of the network, Ouroboros network that I mentioned before. But it would also take care of what the user is doing via WebSocket, essentially super fast in real time, essentially real time updating what UTXOs are available, so that you at least know how to build a transaction that doesn't incur on UTXO contention. So it is not, as I said, it's not a 100% solution, but it helps a lot building parallel UTXO dApps, which the thing about UTXO is that you can use multiple UTXOs essentially in the same block. That would make parallel applications, but at the moment, exactly because transaction may fail for this reason. I mean, parallelism is complicated by default. So transaction may fail for this reason. Developers are kind of scared, and rightfully so. So this could help developers with their fear of UTXO contention. Of course, we will still have some failed transaction, but I mean, on Ethereum we see failed transaction every day, like is nothing, and they still have to pay. So if we, as an example, are able to get like one failed transaction per 100 and still have parallel the decentralized applications, that would be fantastic. In my opinion, it would really show what is the potential of UTXO to the world. And eventually, from as I said, this is a centralized server that keeps track of everything. But once the centralized server is stable enough, we could even think of making this M2tec as a decentralized layer on top of Cardano, which the various nodes keep track of the state of the network, and essentially remove entirely the problem of UTXO contention, because at the point, if it is decentralized, then we all agree in a certain sense on what is the state that UTXOs are possible to use. And so we know which UTXOs are not subject to UTXO contention, and so we essentially solve UTXO contention. Of course, this is a long-term vision, so we start with a centralized server to have something usable at the beginning. So yeah, these are the projects that I've worked on and I'm maintaining. the projects that I'm working on that are not yet released, and projects that I'm looking forward to work on. At the moment, yeah, and we are also expanding. So if you have a technical knowledge and you are interested in what we are doing, feel free to, I don't know, send me a message on Twitter or send me an email. We are trying, yeah. There are lots of laws. As I said, laws are not my forte. But once we sorted out the laws, we will also open some job if you are interested and you share our vision. Yeah.
Unbelievable. You rock, Michele. You really rock. Thank you very much for being with us.
So for this is incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
But everybody knows that, so I'm repeating something that everybody knows already. I should just shut up again. So for semi-layman to people, so the last thing that you've been talking about is kind of an off-chain transaction collection. Is that correct?
Well, not only transaction collection. Like, yes, it could be used to submit transaction, but more than transaction collection is an observer of the latest state of the chain, and also a server that communicates essentially in real time with the clients, so that clients are aware of the latest state of the blockchain and can build transactions accordingly. That is essentially an improvement on the user experience, if you want.
Is this something where you? I mean, there was this Redis decentralized Redis proposal that has been written for the poker thingy. Is this something that plays in conjunction with it?
No, I was not aware of this decentralized Redis, but I think it could share some some characteristics. I'm not aware of it, so
I think they call themselves poker in the dark or so. Maybe
is
have
it
a look at it.
Cardano at night. I mean, poker at night. Cardano, something like that. It wasn't poker at night, but I'll grab the proposals if you want me to.
Yeah. So look for D-Red. It's like,
yeah.
I always thought it's Dread, like Judge Red. But yeah, I like D-Redis as a because it tells a web developer exactly what it's meant. Maybe you can find something in there, and it's open sourced already, so maybe you can have some ideas there. I love that. What you do. I've seen you and heard you sometimes on Twitter spaces. You're very active there, and whenever you're there, everybody else is listening. So kudos for everything you do. Absolutely amazing. What does a project when they come to your website? And I'm sorry for that, Aristotle. I forgot before to ask how do you want people to get in touch with you? But when people get on your website, there's a bunch of offerings that you have. How does it look when a project is working with you? What's the typical process?
Usually, yeah, it depends project by project. To be honest, there are projects who mainly take care of most of the things that whatever they are building, and they only require by me only specific parts. There are other projects that maybe want to outsource good chunk of their development, usually on the on-chain side, but sometimes also on the off-chain side. So it really depends by the project, but by what they are building, what they are building. It really depends on that point of view. I'm sorry, if it's not the answer you expected.
So it's basically an agency approach here, and somebody would contact you, would say, hey, this is what I'm trying to build, or this is what I'm already having. Can you have a look at this and give me a quote? Is it like just basic classical model in that case, correct?
Yes.
With
Even though lately, since we have so many projects we are already working on, I find myself having to reject, unfortunately. So lately we were not going that route. Eventually, when I'm able to upload also for myself some of the work, we will restart. But as the process is pretty much that. Someone says, okay, we have this idea, and we would like to uh, explore possibilities on how they could be implemented. There are people that even just ask sometimes how the audits. So it really depends uh, on what is the need.
maybe together with Aristotle and Martin and you, we can get some workforce, like breeding axolotls, pimping them with Martin's tech, and putting them as some engineers into your agency. So,
yeah, that would be fun.
What do you want people to do?
I'm sorry?
What do you want people to do next to get in touch with you, and what is your current thought on the ecosystem's development?
I'm as you said, I'm very active on Twitter. So if you have Twitter, definitely send me a DM. You can I have there is the Discord. So if you go on the as an example, the PluTS documentation, you'll find the Discord below. But I can also send the link in the chat as soon as
we have them down. We have them down below the video. So if you have added them to the GitHub item that we use for the Fireside chat, then we just paste them in there.
Okay,
awesome.
let's find it. Yeah, so if you want, you can reach me on Discord. There is the Harmonic Labs server. Copy link and paste chat. Okay, there is the Harmonic Lab server, and you'll find me there. You can also ask if you want to use, as an example, PluTS to build your own contract on your own. There are other people writing and using PluTS there, so you can ask a question. And even if I'm not present, there is someone else that will be able to help you with whatever you're doing. Or mainly, essentially, I'm active on Twitter and Discord. So if you want, I'm happy to hear about you.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you very much again, Michele. I hope to see you soon again. Maybe we can also organize another real life event with you to explain what you're doing to an Italian community.
Oh yeah, I saw Fluid came to Bologna, right?
Yeah, you can do the same, guys. We are in very good contact with the same organization, so they can still provide the location, and we can have an aperitif together and speak about technology.
Okay, let me know when is the next occasion. That would be fun.
Great. I'll take a look as soon as possible. Fantastic, Michele. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me. My pleasure.
Anytime you
come
want.
again. Rejoin whenever you have time. Martin, great to have you again. I mean, last time when you literally popped up and everybody was like, okay, actually the show was over, and then we overextended and everybody was so excited about what you've been building. What's today?
Yeah, I'm a hardware engineer, and I wanted to really do real world applications and make blockchain really used by everybody. So make it simple to use. That's what I want to do. So yeah, I've been Previously, I had a totem device in Fund 7, I think, and well, we want to develop that further to also accept notes, fiat currency, to do swapping, and well, devices that I want to make is like open devices everybody can use, so would be free to use for any wallet provider, just to not focus on one application, but let the ecosystem decide what applications are possible. Also integrating NFC, so you have phone communication available. So that's what I was thinking about this time in my Catalyst Fund 12 proposals. But I have several.
What would be an exact use case, just like a one concrete
well, the basics is I want to swap locally, like in a shop somewhere, to swap with my phone to ADA or some other token. Or maybe you want to be there in the shop and you want to say, oh, I want to confirm this contract, which is a Cardano contract.
Okay, cool. I know you've been building POS solutions. Did you get more adoption already? I mean, they were really impressive. Or is it still a hard time to release them?
Yeah, there needs to be done a lot of groundwork, and that's the basis also for my second Catalyst Fund 12 proposal. Oh yeah, thanks for putting up the image. That's a good overview. So this is Dandelion-lite. I've been using the Gamechanger wallet mostly because of the way how you can communicate it via JSON. So you can use it with QR codes, and also NFC would be very easy to do with that. So, but yeah, the Dandelion was run by Roberto from Harmonic Labs. And that was the only backend for a Gamechanger, but yeah, he was servicing other people, and it was also an open project. But there clearly it needs to be more. There needed to be more servers, more backends, and yeah, the idea is to make this also open for everybody. So it's like also one-click solution that you can just start up your own node, and yeah, you select what services you want to run, and then you can use those services yourself. So that is a community thing. And you can do this in Gamechanger Wallet already. You can swap your network settings, and then you can run your own GraphQL backend server. And so you basically run it, the wallet, in the browser, but you run it yourself.
Cool. So the difference for everybody who's not into technology is that right now, if you're using the common wallets that are known, they are run on the servers of the companies that provide them, correct? And distributed via them. You have them in the browser, and they are relying to the cache and to the cookies, but it's still running through the web server of the company. And with Gamechanger, you can do this by yourself, correct?
Yes, that's true. And I think, yeah, the future is open and the future is decentralized. That's what I really believe in. And yeah, with this totem device, I try to decentralize yeah, the token swapping. So yeah, that you don't have to go to centralized exchanges. That there's another way of onboarding users to these systems without focusing completely on the internet, which is maybe a single point of failure for these services. And yeah, you could improve reliability and yeah, view in a really use in society.
How would that work? Would that work basically? I would go to I want to buy a banana at the grocery store, and instead of €1 or so, I give him 10 euros, the shop seller, and the shop seller can convert it to ADA. Is that the idea?
Well, this device would be their standalone, where you can just exchange it to a wallet with your phone. and
You have to got to, I hate this grammatical construct. You would have to have need. I don't know. You would need make it simple. You would need a
transactions, right?
Sorry.
No, go ahead. You got it. Yeah.
You would need a liquidity pool in the background, or you would need to have a crypto asset provider license. Which one would be true in that case? And how would this be if you would have if you would need either one of these, how would this remain decentralized?
Well, the way I envision it in combination with this project is to have a marketplace on the back end where you could allow everybody to, provide liquidity in this way.
Oh, like BISC network.
Yes, something
cool.
Where there is not a centralized also back end for that.
Yeah, now I understand it. Got you. Oh, that's neat. Really cool.
Like that. My focus is the devices and making it possible, but yeah, that will be another part of the project.
Very cool.
But you could start simple by just letting the do that via centralized licensed provider.
Yeah, but if you have it decentralized the way like BISC, for example, works, then you probably have a good chance to get the adoption in Africa and other countries that are currently really difficult to get. So yeah, that's really good grassroots work.
Well, the thing with all these services is that every time you start something, you need several components, and every time you see the centralization pop up everywhere, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I love what you do. I mean, every time when you're here, you just rock the show again. Like, I mean, your show. Not making anybody but no, really cool. I will follow that. I love it. And guys, if you have questions, just pop in. I mean, yeah.
That's good. Hello, everyone.
Eduardo.
Hey.
You're talking about Africa, but maybe begin to look into Latin America, because even today I saw in the LinkedIn the Cardano Foundation sign an agreement with one state of Argentina, Entre Rios, and you have a good advantage. Because in Latin America, you only have two languages, the Spanish and the Portuguese. And in Africa, you have a lot of language, and they have another kind of problems with energy, the device, the hardware, and these kind of things. And maybe it's better to look into Latin America. El Salvador, don't forget El Salvador was the first to recognize the Bitcoin. It's also official money. And looking to Argentina.
Well,
and maybe first Argentina, because I have the feeling, the intuition that the Argentina will be the leader in the blockchain in Latin America.
I see Quasar is laughing because I'm already with 1 foot in Argentina, because I work a lot with Adriano from Gamechanger wallet, and he's living there. So I know a little bit about that.
Okay,
it has massive challenges. The totem, I wanted to import it into Argentina, the first one, and it got stuck in customs because the previous government, they were, well, a little peculiar about what got imported and not. So yeah, I kind of lost it for a year. And then a couple of weeks ago, it suddenly appeared back because I asked the
Oh God.
I asked UPS to return it, and I thought, well, it never came, so it was like this is gone. The first totem is gone forever. But yeah, suddenly I got a message, and it was at the post office. I was like, what am I getting at the post office from Argentina? And it was like, wow, oh, that's a pretty big box to put on my bike. So first totem is back, but yeah, it's still a good experiment.
So this means you're actually investing a lot into the hardware building as well, right? And you do this all out of your pocket at the moment.
No, that was paid for by Fund 7.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
So yeah, I try to. I have some regular work doing engineering, and then my spare time is all Cardano. But if people fund me more in Fund 12, I can tip the balance. I want to do Cardano development full time, but that's not possible yet. But yeah, maybe in future.
Think if somebody wants to step in your footprints, like starting out and joining the journey, what does he have or she have to expect?
To do the same.
Building hardware is so much different than software.
Well, software you can just do at home without maybe too much expense, but hardware you have to, print, takes time, and the ones you do make is like more final, so cannot recompile with a minor bug fix. You have to do, some more checks to see what works and what doesn't work. So yeah, and doing manufacturing is also an expensive business. So you have to have large volume. But the projects I'm focusing now is I use my 3D printer and some local shops where you can just more easily like send a file and then you get it back. It's actually a lot more easier than it used to be. So
the printers, you mean?
3D printers, but also metalwork is like much more automated. So you just send a cut file, cut out of what you want, and then you just don't even need to speak to somebody. They will just deliver it on your doorstep. It's like food delivery service, only no metalwork. Kind of nice. You can try a lot more, and your volume needs to be a lot lower because there's less people involved, and they can make it more affordable. So yeah, I try to make these devices to do experiments, and yeah, I've been to Düsseldorf to show the paper to some people, but yeah, last couple of months I've been working on the back end a lot, but the back end is now for Gamechanger and maybe for a lot of other people. It is improved so much, so we can really deploy a lot of nodes now easily. And I think what we have developed can be useful for other projects as well. Like the direct SQL is like you can just make more complicated API calls, so you don't need as much round trips. Would be interesting. It's also interesting for Gamechanger, which depends now on GraphQL, which is very nice. It's almost similar. It's very similar, but can be more heavy. So if you want to optimize your queries, yeah, maybe for a wallet with a lot of users, you need to do that. So that's looking ahead for the future.
Yeah, maybe Michaela's solution would be then like some addition.
Yeah, exactly. I see a lot of possibilities there.
Yeah, I mean a wallet with a integrated, if you like the Gamechanger wallet is already like a TypeScript in wallet browser. So if you could combine it with a TypeScript node, you wouldn't really need to call any node network. So it could be completely in browser.
It's nice.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to Michelle doing finishing that. Would be interesting.
Sure, I'll let you know as soon as it is a bit stable. We'll do great feedback.
Yeah, because you offload a lot of processing to the user side, and well, Gamechanger wallet can already allow you to do this work yourself, but that would make it even more easy.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. As I said, once we have something that starts or working well, actually to have a full node like on the client side, we still need some modification to the Cardano node to communicate, because at the moment, like there is no WebSocket interface to the node, which would be kind of essential. Because of course on the browser you do not have a TCP socket.
No.
So yeah, there are still some steps to get to that point, but it's doable. Also with other node clients coming up, such as the Go node or Pragman in Rust. So at a certain point, it's possible that Ouroboros network could run via WebSocket, and when that happens, because in my opinion is a when, not a if. When that happens, then we'll have. So there are still some steps before we can get there, I would say. But yeah, once we are there, I'll let you know. We can explore and see how it works.
Yeah, I think Adriano would be interested in it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
We make
Fantastic.
connections.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I already knew about this thing that was going on, but was already interested before a lot. Yeah.
Now it's official.
Yeah, very, very cool, guys. Thank you for
That
making
was
this
Martin
happen in
acting
front of us.
surprised.
Thank you, everybody, I would say. This was very diverse. This is wonderful. And I leave it to you, Davide, to make a wonderful closeout. Everybody,
Yeah.
we have everything down below. So get in touch.
Yeah. Thank you very much again, guys. It has been an amazing fireside chat as usual. We keep improving, and everything is thanks to you, because you propose a fantastic project to analyze, and you provide a very good matter of conversation. So please do it again. Join us again in 2 weeks. But please, Marcus has something important to say.
How did you see that?
Yeah. There are some
you do this?
gestures in Zoom.
So,
It never happens.
we have a
when you want
proposal
it.
as well.
Yeah.
So if you have some extra time, scroll through the Catalyst voting app. Promote us to get you promoted, and we try to get better every day. And thank you for voting, and vote for everybody who's here. You find the links down there as well.
Thank you very much, guys, and see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
See you guys. Great.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.